Good morning, everyone. Well, today we're back with another day of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And today we're on day 21. And our sketch artist today is Beth Nielsen Cooper. And she must have a channel called The Sassy Scrapbooker. And I have not looked her up yet, so I'll have to check her out. So she has two horizontal pictures, one at the top, or two sets at the top, actually two at the top, two at the bottom. And then in the middle she has a strip of paper or ribbon or something, could be washi, and then she's got a title on both sides and then embellishments in the middle, and it looks like hers is set up for a birthday. And I think it's super cute layout, and I will definitely do this again. It's a good way to put on some big pictures and maybe have, you know, not use a whole bunch of embellishments. So I like it. Okay, so I have these four pictures, and I might have scrapbooked some of these before. They are my daughter and my first grandchild, and so I probably took, you know, a dozen pictures like this, and they're pretty much all the same. And maybe I kept taking pictures because she just kept looking at me the whole time. Like, what's that lady doing? And so I've got those pictures, so this is what I'm going to be using. But first of all, I put this kit together previously, and then I pulled it out for this. I thought, yeah, it looks cute. She's got like this little bit of blue on her outfit that looks like this, so I thought that's really cute together. And when I put it together, I think I probably put it together for a boy layout, but I just liked it with it, so I'm using it. And I had pulled in this stuff, but I'm not going to use any of this stuff, and I flipped it over, and I kind of thought I would use some of this stuff. And I think I pulled one thing off of here, and it looks like I've lost blocks in the meanwhile, so they're laying here on the table someplace because I was going to use the blocks, and then I decided not to. Yep, here they are. I decided not to, so I put those back on there. I was going to use this, decided not to use that either. So I totally, I did pull two things off there that I'm going to use, but anyway, back to the paper. Excuse me. So I have this, I think it is Craft Consortium, and so I'm going to use that. This is written in gray, and it's like, it says, "Tiny but mighty, it was written in the stars, we made a wish and you came true, a little bit of heaven." So it kind of goes over that again. So I'm going to be using this on here. I only cut it down a tiny bit because my pictures are big, and they were pictures I already had developed and everything for a while. So whichever one, when I'm done, one of them will go into my daughter's book and one will go into my granddaughter's book. So that's why I figured it was all right if I did 2 pages. So, or maybe I hadn't done one before, because usually if I'm done with a layout or done with pictures, I'll just put the extra ones in piles to give to family. So I hadn't done that, so maybe I hadn't done it, but I'm pretty sure I had. But anyway, I'm scrapbooking this regardless, and I'll just put one in Mom's book and one in granddaughter's book. Okay, so that goes there, and this was my other paper that I was going to use for the little strip. And I thought, well, I'd hate to cut into that just to use for a strip, but it had the top thing, the border strip or branding strip or whatever, but because it was in a paper pad. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to cut this off because the embellishments cover up the middle anyway. So this is a perfect place to use this. So I love that. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put that down right now. And I just want it in the middle. And so I don't want to cover up every word, so I think I'll just put it there. There should be plenty of room for the pictures. And so I'm gonna put it in that spot right there. Okay. Okay, so I want it right there. And I am just trying to line it up with the words. I figure that way should be straight, but I'll check it anyway. Even though I've come this far, I probably won't move it. Okay, I think it's good there. And then, you know, this is really my only blue on the paper now. But I also had this ribbon in the kit. So I thought, well, I'm gonna use this. And I'm gonna put that heart right in the middle. So even if that was the only thing going there, that would be fine, because that would cover that up. Okay, and I'm gonna just kind of put it so I got maybe an inch going around the end. So that there, and I love those two colors together. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this side off. Somebody told me I should do a thing on ribbons, using ribbons, so I might gather a bunch together and just kind of show the different things I've done with ribbons, because I do like ribbon. Okay, so I am just going to run this along here. I maybe should have just got red line tape or something. I don't know, this is kind of thin, I'm not sure what narrow, you know, how narrow the tape would be, but hopefully the glue doesn't show through, because I love this colored ribbon, so I want to keep it on here. And you know, it dries pretty quick. It's that Scotch Quick Dry. Well, it used to be Quick Dry, now it's called Tacky Glue, but it's the same formula. Okay. Just trying to go in between those little X's there. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna flip it over and put some glue back here. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this side too. So this got a second just to kind of get that tackiness. Oops, now it's upside down. Okay. So I love it already. And you know, this, I don't know if I've ever thought of doing this. Now, the one day I did put an embellishment down here like this, but I really love how this looks. It's really cute. Okay, I think I'm putting the pictures where they're the closest on the bottom, because they always look the heaviest to me. And this one, she was kind of leaning down when I took the picture, and I kind of took it at an angle. And so I'm gonna keep that up at the top too. Okay, and I did cut them down as much as I could without starting to cut into heads and stuff. So I think this is it. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna try to fit them into the words so we get to keep the words. And I think that is good right there. And I printed these at Walmart. I know I had a camera that had that little scan disc, and I would go in there and develop pictures almost, well, every time I went to see this girl, because my chip back then, they used to cost a lot for a chip, one of those scan discs, and so I was always having to empty it. Okay, I'm trying to straighten that. Did I get it straight? Okay, I think that looks straight there. And I hope I got them in the right place, because some of my embellishments are kind of big, so hopefully there's enough room for them. I didn't even take into consideration how much space I had here and there. That's the space. Okay, that looks straight to me. Okay. Okay, and so I've got this little thing here in the middle, that little heart buckle, and I'm gonna take an "and" from this group of letters, and I'm gonna put it in the middle of that heart. If I can get it off here. I mean, these are probably 20 years old. And hopefully that's doing the trick there for my "and." I love these ribbon buckles. Just a fun thing. Okay, and then I have this flower, and I think I want to put it this way. And this is, it was a Mintay free embellishment or elements sheet. And I'm gonna put that on there, and do I want to stick it up on, I think I'll stick it up on dimensionals. Because otherwise I think everything that's dimensional will be on the other side. So anybody else that's playing along, how have you been doing? I really have had a wonderful time. I think this was the easiest time. I mean, sometimes we've had like so many pictures, and then this has been a nice variety where sometimes you have several on a sheet, sometimes you have, you know, just one or two. So I feel like this time has been the most easiest of varieties, because sometimes it's like it's hard to have a whole bunch of pictures, but then, you know, sometimes I have more pictures, and so you just never know. But I think it's been a nice variety. Okay, and this was one of the things on that sticker sheet that I'd put in the kit, and it's a baby bottle, so it's just made out of like acrylic or something. I don't know. It's kind of almost like a It's not a puffy sticker, but I think it's cute. She was not bottle fed, but maybe sometimes she had a bottle if Mommy was gone. Okay, and I stuck wax paper on this bear, and now can I get it off there? I actually tore off its arm. I had to fix it. And hopefully I don't tear it back off because I glued it back on with the wax paper right there. So let me see if I can just get it past that. Okay, I think we're good. It was such a cute bear, and I liked him that he was kind of that off-white. Okay, now I don't want him standing on her head, but I want him right there in front of that bottle. Okay. And then I have some little buttons. I gotta see exactly where I have those. Okay, so I'm gonna put one here and one up here. Okay. And this glue will end up holding it on, even if it doesn't immediately. I never have any problem with it. As long as it's not sticking to my finger more. I don't know why. Okay. And I got a little bit of glue there. Let me move that off. Okay, I think that's good there. And then I've got another little button over here. I like to use buttons on baby pages. Okay. And then I'm gonna call it Mommy and Me. So I'm gonna pause for a minute and put down the title, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the title on here. So it's Mommy and Me with the little ampersand being in the middle. Okay, and then I have some Gina Marie, they're the little pink gemstones, so I'm going to use those. And they look like the same color as the ribbon, so I think they're perfect. And I'll probably just put 3 on each side, maybe stick 1 in the middle, or a couple in the middle.
Did you say gemstones?
I did say gemstones. Because, you know, sometimes you gotta mix it up. Okay. Sometimes you just need something tiny. Oh, I think this is just so adorable. I love this. A lot of our sketches, I'm gonna keep them handy and use them again because they are super cute sketches. Well, I guess I'm gonna use up all these little pink ones. I might need a whole sheet of these. It's such a cute color. Oops. And now I've stuck it to my tweezers, but I got it off there. So, love it. I think it's just adorable. And it's just, I love the whole strip of embellishments in the middle. That is so fun. So, thank you for joining me, and I would like to thank, who's our sketch artist today? Here it is. Beth. I'd like to thank Beth for this really cute sketch. And I will have close-ups at the end. Remember, down below there will be a link to all the still shots. And then there will be a link to everybody who is making YouTube videos. So go check them out. I will see you tomorrow, and I'll have close-ups at the end. Bye-bye.